Hi everyone, welcome to the day 12 of our Power BI training. Today we are going to learn the deep DAX advanced functions. So we will cover the calculate, filter, all and remove filter functions. So and the basic of the context transition row context versus filter context. So let's begin. So first of all, our first most important DAX function is the calculate. So it changes the filter context and let us apply condition. Let's say for an example, I have this total sales, which is nothing just sum of sales amount. So if I want to create a total sales for any particular region, so let's say I'll create a measure. So I will start writing from calculate. Then I have to write the sum of sales. So I'll write sum of sale amount. Then I'll write comma. I have to write the filter. So I'll write filter. In the table name which I have to take the filter. So it will be again sales. Then the column which I have to do the filter. So it is a region. So I took region equals to west. I'll close the parenthesis. I'll click on enter. Now I have another metric which is the total sales in the west. I'll make it in the so here you can see our metric is showing the total sales for the west region. So this measure only returns sales for the west region and no matter what other filters are applied. So here calculate, let us control the calculation context. Next is the filter context. So for example, uh, if I want to calculate a high sales, let me just create another measure. Which will be calculate total sales. Now I'll use the filter function. In the filter table will be again sales. And I have to write the column name where I have to check the sale amount I want to check. Sale amount greater than 500. So what is the total amount where sale amount is greater than 500? We can check that just a second. So here the calculate only sums all the sale function where the sales amount is greater than 500. So the filter gives us the row by row control over conditions. Now we will practice the all and remove filters, and these are used when we want to ignore some filter. For example, if we want to ignore every filter, so we can use here we will use calculate total sales. Then we'll write the comma and we had to use all, and we have to keep the table name where we don't want to use the filters, from where we don't want to use the filters. So whatever the filters we will be applying from the sales, now it will not work on the all sales. So I'll show you the example. Here we have the total sales, all sales is 3 million. Let me just drag a product here. If I select on the camera, just let me change it to the slicer. If I select only camera, see everything is changing, but this filter is not, this metric is not changing. So it means that all will ignore this all function will ignore all the filters from the sales table. Similarly, if we want to create another metric, to use the remove filters. So just let me create another metric. So I will create the sales percentage. So I'll write divide total sales by comma calculate total sales comma remove filters I can use from the sales table. I'll change it to percentage. I'll drag it here. So now here you can see as I use the remove filter from the sales. So in this total sales, if I am applying any filter, so above we will be getting the total sales, but below we will not see any kind of filter. Okay. So see here we are seeing that 100%. If I want for mobile, I can see the 20% is so because total sales above it is calculating only for mobile and the denominator is keeping it the overall all sales, which is like this value. Let me just quickly drag and show you, which is like 2.55 million. So that's how it's working. Now we will talk about the context transition. So in DAX, we have two main contexts. One is the row context, which will work row by row in a table. Another is a filter context, which will work at the visual level, like applying filter. So when we use the calculate, it converts row context into filter context. That's why calculate is so powerful and it bridges the gap between row level calculations and visual level filters. So we will see more examples of this as we practice advanced scenarios. So in today's session, we learned the power of calculate, how to use filters, for conditions, and how all and remove from filters ignore the filters. So and the basic of the context transition. So tomorrow we will move into the performance optimization in the Power BI. Thanks. Bye bye.